Hi guys, it's Rachelle from Online Furniture in finally warm Sydney, and the girls, you see them sat over there posing. Today we are working on this beautiful piece. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but whatever, it'll be fun, eh? This beautiful girl was gifted to me. I had to go for a little drive to pick it up, but it was worth it. Thankfully, they very kindly helped me load it into the van because I'm on my own at the moment. Hubby is still in the UK. As much as I love these pieces, they're not particularly usable, so I need to do something. Two options I've got. One would be to give it some height, so put some different legs on it to lift it up. The other would be to make it into bedsides. There's a lot of this veneer coming off. The drawers are sliding relatively smoothly. They get a little bit stuck when we get to this point, so I'll sand the top of those before I do anything. These drawer pulls aren't my favourite because they are a pain in the butt to put back on. They're in so many different pieces and it's just hard to get them straight again afterwards. The veneer is really loose. There is no saving it. I'm just going to go around all the edges with a blade to make sure that I get a good clean edge. Otherwise, when you're painting it afterwards, it's going to look really rough. If there's any areas that are a little bit rough and I need to fill or tidy up, I'll just go through it with Dixie Belle mud just to smooth it off, and then it'll be good for painting. I'd hoped I'd be able to remove this embellishment at the back, but it looked like it was glued on, but it's just tacked on. The tacks are still on there. I'm just going to leave them on. If I do end up using this back piece, then I'll glue it and tack it back onto those. That 150 just ate that up. Thank you, my friend, thank you. So I'll leave that back piece because I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. If I'm going to be split it into two, then I'll be taking off that back panel, which means I'll be able to get good access to that back to sand. If I made it tall, I would need 6 tall legs. I don't have 6 tall legs. If I make it short, I would need 8. And I think the best option is the ones I used on the previous one. Yeah, that's the decision. We're going with nightstands and those feet. Now let's separate these girls. First I need to take the top panel off. That's the easy part. Two options. Take this off and replace the back. But to be honest, I don't want to. If I just cut this down here, I could just leave it as is and leave that open because that's original. What do you think of my footwear, guys? I know I should always wear them, but I don't. But you could. I got these from Sleek Brushes, Australia. Can't find a pencil, of course, so I'll describe it. Now it's time to get one of my favourite tools out, the multi-tool. I love this thing. When I was first using it, my husband came out and said, "Rach, that sounds like you're cutting through metal. I don't think you should be doing that." I'm like, yes, I am cutting through metal. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. There are nails in here. Right, I'm through both sides now, so let me see if this will actually just come off. Because it's got a structure behind it too. But I'm pretty sure I've just detached. Oh, there we are. And it's just attached to the top. Now that's looking a lot easier, isn't it? It was just attached to the top by these screws here, look. To get that middle section out, I need to unscrew it from the frame. I'm going to flip it over to do that. If you're enjoying this video, guys, or finding it useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Just let YouTube know that you like it. How many of you guys have had a go at turning a dressing table into nightstands? This is my second one. The first one I learned a lot from, which has made this one a lot easier. They are separated. Next thing I need to do is get the feet on. So I'm going to flip them over, sand the base so that I've got a nice smooth surface to work off, and screw these new feet on. This is the section where I separated them, so it's a bit of a mess, so I'm just filling in any bumpy areas with Dixie Belle mud in the brown. I'll generally overfill it because this will shrink as it dries, plus it's quite a mess, so I'll use quite a bit of mud on this, but once it's done, it'll be great. They've all been scuff sanded. I'm very close to the point where I can start painting, but not quite, because look, a lot of these fronts are coming off, they're just tacked on. It's no biggie, but what I'm going to do is just put some wood glue overnight and clamp it, and then by the morning we'll be good. Before I start painting the sides, I want to lock in that mud with just one coat of Dixie Belle Satin Clear Coat. That will give me a consistent finish and it'll lock in that mud. I'm applying it with my sleek 50mm brush, which looks brand new. It's not been used. That's not like me. They're usually a mess. Go me. I've decided on Dixie Belle chalk in the colour Spanish Moss. I get asked a lot, is there such a thing as a one coat paint? I don't believe there is, but Dixie Belle chalk gets really close to it. I haven't touched the legs yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. So I want to see what they look like with this all over first. And then from there I'll decide whether the legs are going to get some action. They may still stay black. I don't even have a vision. One thing I do know is that I'm really happy with this colour choice. The coverage is really good. It's definitely just going to be 2 coats. Because at this stage I don't know how I'm going to finish it, I will either be sealing it with wax or with satin clear coat. To get into these detailed areas, I'm using my sleek 18 round brush. I love these. Have you subscribed yet, guys? If not, why not? What do you think of my staging wall in the background, guys? It's literally just 5 internal doors attached together and attached to a garden fence, just my normal fence. Is it effective? I think painting drawers is probably my favourite part of every project. It's just so quick and you see such a dramatic change so easily. Time for some staining. I'm going with Tobacco Road and I'm applying with Dixie Belle Gator Hide Sponge. I've decided I do want to paint these feet, so I'm just giving them a quick scuff sand. Then I'm going to apply Dixie Belle Gemstone Mousse in Golden Gem with this sleek touch-up brush. I'm I'm not loving the flat one colour look on this piece. So what I'm going to do is apply some wax to bring out those details. So I'm applying Best Damn Wax in clear first with a Le Petite brush. Then I'm going to wipe that back, and then I'll apply black and wipe that back too. The reason you apply the clear first is just so you get a bit of movement, so that the black doesn't adhere too strongly to the paint, which leaves you with no movement. It's a wrap. I'm done. This may seem like just a normal length video for you guys, but this project was about 3 weeks. Here comes the finished piece. I love them. I did the wax all over, not just on the drawers. For the drawer pulls, I gave them a good clean with Brasso, and that worked quite well, but I wanted them to tie in perfectly with the feet, so I actually touched them up with the Dixie Belle Golden Gem too. Thank you so much for sticking with me, guys. As always, I really appreciate your support. Like, comment and subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.